No minutes.
All right, so it's 6:35. We're going to call the meeting to order. And seeing no members of the public, we can skip right over public comment. No public hearings, no appointments, no statutory advisory business, new business. So we've had a wildlife inventory, ecological inventory done on Horse Hill, Gilmore Hill. MVD's had their parcel done. We did it out in what's the fourth one?
Not Wildcat.
Wildcat. We've had 4 done.
Oh,
Gilmore Hill. And
we also did the
parcel out.
We did the
By
Patterson family.
Continental?
Yeah.
The Patterson parcel on Continental
Yeah,
Boulevard.
passing. So
Yeah.
we've had 4 done. So I asked Jeff to, using those and the level of detail that he's put into those and the size of the parcel for Greater Woods, I said, look, before you start really working up a budget and doing that, let me get some buy-in to see if it's something we really want to go after. Because it's going to be a substantial, it's not going to be cheap. That's not going to be a cheap plan. So he got back to me the other day and he said, it's probably going to be somewhere in the $30,000 range.
What?
See, that's why I wanted to make sure we talked about this before. So think about it. It's, you're talking
You think that's too high?
Well, see, I mean,
800 acres.
okay, yeah. I mean, I guess not when you stop and think about the work that goes in. I'm
That's what
just
I'm saying.
thinking of
The level of detail he provided us for like the Patterson parcel,
Yeah.
MVD parcel, Gilmore Hill. I mean, he there was a lot of hours out there, and
Right.
and it's a big report. And Horse Hill was done a while ago,
yeah.
and it's I guess it's the same size still, but Grater's
Greater Woods is
easily
big.
that size, and there's a lot of diversity out there because there's a
Yeah.
ton of topography. There's a lot of water, a lot of nesting area. It's a
It
interesting.
would be helpful to have the information because, I mean, we could have used that information for preparing the ARM grant.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
So we have some difference in the tree stand. We have some, obviously we have the stewardship plan, and he's going to want to leverage some of that data that's in there for the stands and things like that. But we know we've got some unique animals out there. We've already seen some of them. We've got black racers out there. We have timber rattlers out there. We've got some unique animals.
Okay.
So
Plus, we've added a couple of parcels that we have no data on at all.
Right.
Over 100 acres of no data.
Yeah. So we should bite the bullet and,
well, that's what I'm saying. But it's going to be a substantial cost.
right.
You're talking. That's a rough estimate, $30,000. So is it going to be?
Could we do like 10,000 worth of the parcels one year and 10,000 worth of the parcels another year, or should we just rip the Band-Aid off and do it all at the same time?
I would say we capture a moment in time.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would think if you go parcel by parcel or just area by area.
And the animals could move and then you get
Yeah, I
all
mean, because
messed up.
they don't care about boundaries.
Right. Yeah, so just get it done. All right.
So, but again, that was my concern. Is like I knew it was going to be substantial, but before we say yes, we're interested in doing it and him working up a budget and a proposal and spending, because he's busy,
Okay.
and I just want to see if this is something we want to pursue.
Okay. Do you think we need to wait until Matt and Mike are here to get their, or are we good?
I would have preferred everyone to be here, but
I think Matt would definitely say yes.
I
And I'm
am-
sure Mike would say yes too.
Yeah, I'm of the belief that they would probably be like I'm like, oh, it's a lot of money, but
Yeah.
Well, we're not saying do it yet.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
saying, put together the information. But I would agree. I think we should.
yeah, but I think we're going to get a proposal from him, and it's going to be in the vicinity of $30 plus thousand.
Probably plus.
Okay.
So-
The sticker shock is worn down. So cool. I'm breathing again.
So I'm gonna tell him that we would like him to move forward on a plan, a plan for 2 things. One for the work, and then timing.
Right.
So okay.
Does he take photos while he's out there?
Yeah.
And will he share the photos with us, or?
Okay.
Well, he has in the past.
But
They're in our reports.
Reports.
Okay.
He does, some of the raw stock that are trash, he doesn't include, but
I mean, all the wetlands he mapped, he provided a photo of every one of the vernal pools and everything else he found, so. Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
and he likes that process. That's the one we do the pool parties on.
Yeah.
So he likes that area because it's he brings other people out there.
Maybe he'll give us a discount because he likes it
Yeah.
so much.
Well, it's funny because we've had, you think of, we've had some pretty highly qualified people out there. You've had people like Jeff, Matt Tarr, Emma, I can't say her last name, Cagario, whatever her name is, from UNH, and Tracy Tarr. We've had some people out there that when they've all walked out, they're like, ooh. I mean, I was with Matt. I walked out Matt through the classroom out into the beaver pond or the beaver meadow, and it was a kind of late fall, sunny, hot day. The dragonflies were everywhere, and Matt's a big birder. Matt's a really big birder, and he was just like, oh my god. It's like, what is 15 minutes? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. These are he's right in his backyard, and he was like, this is I didn't even know about this. So, you get someone like Jeff and these Jeffrey and Matt and these guys that are like impressed with that property. It's like, oh, I mean, I kind of take it for granted because it's right there. So it's kind of interesting to see some of their viewpoints on things like this. Like, oh, that'd be good.
We are blessed to have all of this nice property up here. So,
It's been a lot of work.
Yeah.
well,
That's just but there's been a lot of people involved, and not
Yeah.
just me, but there's been a lot of us involved. And I think it's paying off
Yeah.
because we have members on the subcommittees that and people just around town. I said, I moved here. I bought my house here because of this.
yeah.
It's like, oh, good.
Right.
I feel better. All right. Well, I'll tell Jeff to move forward on that. Any other new business anyone wants to bring up? Okay, old business. Greater Woods Bypass Road. So we got a response from our application.
From Lori, yeah. Kind of pointed us in another direction is what
Yep.
she did.
So I downloaded all of that. So
Yeah.
I apologize. This week was kind of a crazy week. So
Yeah.
I'll take a look through all of this. The deadline for this is June 22nd, I think it was.
Yeah.
June 22nd.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have enough data together in order to do an appropriate application.
You don't think so?
The other, I don't, and the other concern I have with that, and I look just quickly, is there's two programs that are part of that, and basically it says we're opening up the property for certain kinds of trail use, which is why they'll help pay for the trail construction.
Oh,
So this comes from the Bureau of Trails, and they'll provide construction money, but I think it comes with hooks. And what we need to do is understand the hooks, but I think it essentially means that the property has to remain open for those kinds of activities.
so if we were to explain to DES that we don't want the trails opened like this, then can we go back and still fill out the arm?
So Lori didn't say that we didn't get it. She just said that it doesn't look like it's an appropriate project.
Okay.
We still have the option of doing a full submittal.
So we just have to
and
argue.
providing them with information that counters their belief.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
So I think the only counter we can get is to have someone go out there, a wetland scientist, and say that the current road is in the wetland.
Yeah.
And so we'll be restoring the wetland by eliminating the road and providing a bypass.
Okay. So
Right now, I
what,
don't think
Jeff?
no, he's not a wetland scientist. I don't think they're of the opinion that part of the road is in the wetland. I don't think we proved that point.
Okay.
We could try. What I would prefer is that that we either spend the money and put a wetland scientist out there and find out, or when Jeff is doing his work, we ask him to evaluate it, give his professional opinion, which is not that of he's not a certified wetland scientist,
Right.
and then we would know should we go any further. He might look at it and say, nah, right. So, and if he said no, I would trust his professional judgment and wouldn't do it.
If he said don't pursue this?
Right, if he said don't pursue that part of the roadway as a wetland.
Okay.
I mean, if he thought that it was potentially a wetland and suggested we bring a scientist to certify it and put their stamp on it, you know, which means that's, when they put their stamp on it, it means they're putting their word on it that they've done the right evaluation. Then we have a good counter to Lori's email. Say, sorry, we didn't fully describe that part, that it is a wetland, and we could go forward.
So because I was reading it, I guess not quite. So they think it's scientifically not wetland soils, not a wetland thing.
Yeah.
It's just flooded property.
Correct. So it says it would be hard to provide when the existing road is not currently in wetlands and has no square footage of wetland area is being restored. So she doesn't believe that we're restoring any wetland, and she doesn't believe the current roadway is in a wetland, even though we know it's flooded out for, you know, months out of the year. I mean, so we all know that there's 4 criteria for a wetland. It starts with soils, right? And then it gets into, does it have the right plant stuff, and is it wet? Okay, it doesn't have to be wet all the time, and or is it 3 or...
There's a difference between wetland and wetlands.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So do we have a wetland scientist that we work with that we could have go out there before the deadline?
The last one we worked with was Tracy Tarr.
Tracy Todd?
Tar, GZA, environmental.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
I mean-
we certainly could call. I mean, we're going to incur a fee, but we could call her and ask her just like, hey, go down there real quick and just, I'd love your opinion. And if you think it's something that we should investigate, you know, can you work a proposal to do it?
We can do that, and we have till August to go after the arm thing, so we do
Right.
have time,
Okay.
right?
So it's Tracy, Tarr?
Yes.
From where?
GZA environmental. Right,
G-
right down the street.
ZA.
Environmental.
We're in Bedford.
Yep.
So you want me to
She's
call her?
Tracy's the one that managed the beaver management plan, putting that together and doing all the wetlands work here in town.
Do you recall that, or was that before your time on the
I think
commission?
it was before my time.
Okay. 'Cause she also did a wetlands training class for us out on Horse Hill.
Okay.
Remember, did you attend that? You attended that, right? Yeah.
All right. So you want me to give her a call and talk to her and ask her, or do you think that would be better if Mike did it when he comes back because he's more familiar?
I talk to her quasi regularly. I'll give her a call.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great if you could.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
I'd be happy to pay the small fee to find out.
You know, as I was saying, so I mean, we're going to incur a fee. I have no idea what it's going to be. I would expect it to be a few $100s.
Okay.
That, you know, and she may just say, yeah, it may just come out. I don't know, but I would expect that we're going to. So I mean, if she can do it quickly, do
You want me to make a motion to
That's what I'm saying.
spend?
Do you want me to move forward with it, or?
Can I make a motion?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, I make a motion that the Conservation Commission ask Gage to contact Tracy Tarr of GZA Environmental and to pay a fee of not more than $800? $300? Okay, not more than $300 to get her opinion on whether or not we should move forward on the ARM grant.
Okay. Well, assessing that.
Assess that portion of what was formerly South Grater Road.
To assess that portion
As
of
a
what was
wetland.
formerly South Grater Road, Grater Woods Road as a wetland.
Second. From Fund 53.
On Fund 53, thank you.
Fund 53. We should just change it. We should drop the D and just call it Fund 53.
Fund 53.
All right. Any other comments and questions? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Passes 400.
Okay, cool, thank you.
So there's still options here. Plus there's the Moose Plate grant, which will come up again this fall. The other thing to note here is that she says there's $1.7 million available, and there was $4.7 million of requests.
Yeah.
Okay, so there'll be some prioritization. Okay, but there's
and if
always
we're already
next
this low
year.
on the poll.
Right. This will be a hard fight. Okay, but it would either way. We need to know this, because if we're going to do any work down there, we're going to need to know where the wetland boundary is, if it's truly a wetland. Okay.
Agreed.
Right. So.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, when I read this, I was thinking I was surprised by the fact that they're only interested in restoring the wetlands. And if we can identify what's going to be an impact, and we know it's an impact, because you see people going through there and you're seeing all the mud going into the wetlands. I mean, we're being proactive about this. We're stopping it before it's impacted.
Yeah.
And there's no concern about that seemingly.
Yeah, well, we only had 2 pages, and we had a lot of data to put in a pre-proposal, so 1,000 words. So
Okay. Well,
we. Yeah, so once we get that input, I'd be happy to call Lori and dig a little deeper, but.
That's unfortunate.
second. Okay, any other, you're gonna call them, we're gonna go from there, okay. Chapter 111 update, you made some, I know you.
So
No, go ahead.
we got the go-ahead to go forward with the project, which means that we are ready to start phase 1. Phase 1 is I call it the investigation phase. And that's essentially start with a list of all the properties, which we have. That's already been pulled from the assessing department. And then it is to start narrowing it down to potential properties that we would want to include under the revised Chapter 111. So, and I outlined what the criteria would be in the document. But essentially, what I want to talk about is we ready to go? Who wants to help? How do we want to do this? I know it's getting to be summertime now.
Yeah, can we just appoint Mike and Matt for most of it?
But wait a minute, they're going to be president and vice chair and vice chair when you decide you're tired of it, so we don't want to burn them out. We're going to wait till they're not here, then we'll vote them in.
I obviously will help, but I'm just,
I'll do what I can do on it.
we've,
Okay. So I will, over the next couple of weeks, granted we have a holiday coming up, whittle the list down, add detail to the Excel spreadsheet so you know why I said no to a property, or yes maybe to a property.
so just, I want to stand on top for just a second, because I've spoken to Paul McCauley and about this, about the list, and about the notes that we capture, the information we capture. I'd like to make sure it stays on the list.
Yeah.
So the assessing database is very defined and what the fields are, so if we have items that we want to add to it, like, parcel names, because the Greater Woods is comprised of a whole bunch of parcels, and it's, 53AB1, and it's like, well, nobody, it's Greater Woods, and so he's interested in looking at our notes and potentially putting them back in the assessing database somehow, or some other database, keeping those notes with the parcel IDs. So any notes we have, he wants back.
Yeah,
So-
that's good, because
Yeah.
in my discussion with staff, we talked about how we should be collecting this data. Kyle volunteered the GIS system
Yep.
as a way to collect the data as well, which you can probably do a portion of. And the head of the library said that she's all about managing knowledge and information
Right.
and big data. So yes, we need to. But in the meantime, I think we can work with a simple Excel spreadsheet that we add a lot of columns to for information. So
Right. Good.
I also did get reached out by the director of the library. She reached back out to me, and after she had learned that we were ready to move forward, and she said, I want to sit down with you and we can talk about what portions of this project that they can help us with. They're very interested in helping us gather a lot of the data.
Great.
Oh, awesome.
So what I told her in my email reply was, great, excellent, terrific, thank you, all those good words. He said, let me meet with the commission first so I can understand what the commitment and what the commission's going to be able to do given the time of year and all that too.
Yep.
So what I can do is I can set up a meeting with her and her staff, and once, and then just go over what I think it's really going to be like, and try and do that over the next couple of weeks. So ideally, I can do it on a day that I'm not working, but we'll see how that plays out.
Can you find one of those? Let me know how you did that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know which date you come up with, and I'll, put on my calendar so I can
Okay,
come too.
that'd be good. It'd be good to have more than one person part of this. Yeah.
Do you have like kind of a criteria of what you're? I know we talked about it, but we got a good criteria of what we're looking for. What are going to be the properties that,
Well,
or the conditions that say yes or no?
Well, having a municipal building like this parcel,
Yeah.
this would not qualify, right? Okay. A predetermined use, like the future library parcel down the street, the Pinenberg parcel that was bought, that's open space right now, just sitting there. But that has a designated use, so we probably wouldn't include that on Chapter 111. We also don't have any issues out there that I'm aware of anyway, so that would be another thing. Parcels that I'm aware of that have issues, we might want to include, whether they're ours or not. So certainly parcels that are very close to existing municipal parcels, because when you start digging into this, you'll find that the current town garage is actually like 4 different parcels all conglomerated together, just like our Grater Woods is a whole bunch of parcels. Well, they have multiple parcels there too. So you probably look at all that and you might find one with no building on it, but it's part of the town garage area. So we probably wouldn't include that though. So those kinds of things. I would initially I would include every parcel that is owned by the Conservation Commission. I'd be very reluctant to exclude one, which is not that many when you look at it. So it's like 15 or 20 parcels. So, and then it's a matter of just looking at them and saying, okay, where are they? We have a lot of back lots and little pieces of land that developers said, I don't want, and no, we're not going to give it to a landowner, so we'll just give it to the town. And so I wanted
They're
to
unbuildable, they're swamp, or they're whatever.
Yeah, right.
But it's a designated parcel.
And over the last 30 years, people have probably been dumping all their leaves in the back of them and everything else because they figured it was just their property anyways. Or they knew better and they just didn't care because no one ever goes out there, right? Which we have lots of instances of that. So,
Took a picture of one the other day.
what's that?
Just took a picture of one the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've reported a few over time as well. So,
This is really blatant too.
yeah.
It's like carpet path in the woods to dump. It's like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
So and then I just make notes on parcels as to where they are, and then we can all decide. So I think if you want to target something, then let's target the second meeting in June to review the list.
Okay.
Okay.
And the-
So
I could try to help. I mean, I don't know if I could come to the meeting. Depends on what
yeah,
day. But
yeah, yeah. We'll see.
yeah.
Yeah.
See what you can set up.
Right.
Are you working for the list, the last list I sent out?
Well, I've got your list, and I got one that Paul McCauley put together.
They should be. They should both pretty much come out of the.
Yeah, they should have. Right. I just haven't compared them
Okay.
apples and apples. So when you look at the sheer number, it's very close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But again, I haven't done a apples to apples compare. So the update. So essentially, what we need to do is come to a decision as a commission as to what we believe the initial list looks like. Of course, the review of deeds and all that stuff may change our mind on some properties, and then per the project plan, we would submit that to the town manager and their staff, and let them take a look at it and weigh in on the ones that we've whittled it down, in case they know something we don't know. right? Because this is all just going to be on what we know between our collective. You know, this will not be based on extreme data, you might say.
Mhm.
That's the next part of the project. So, and then after their review of the list, then comes the research part where we start saying, okay, this is the potential list. Now let's pull the deeds. Let's find easements. Let's find develop, subdivision plans. All those kinds of things we need. Is there a will involved when the property was donated to us? All that sort of stuff. So, and that's where I'm hoping the library can help us significantly. So, all right.
Good, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, the Seedling Giveaway, because everyone was there.
Yeah.
So we had, I sent out a quick email the other day. We were looking for the larch trees, and that was one of the ones we crossed off and overbought one of the native species package. And it was unfortunate, one of the ones that we had in there was the raisin was substituted because they didn't have it. So we ended up with a whole bunch of buttonbush, right? So the count of the trees, we bought 375. We had 15 left. 12 buttonbushes left.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
And, yeah,
That's
and
good.
That's exceptional.
those if they had been pretty much anything else other than a wetlands bush, they would have gone, because we had a couple people walk in late and be like, yeah, I got dry soil.
Yeah.
I think we could
So-
have gone through 2 or 3 times as many pussy willows.
Yes.
Every one of those pussy willows.
Yeah. Yeah, so we started, we said, 9 o'clock? And we had people knocking, we had someone knocking on the window at 8:30.
Yeah.
Can we come in? And yes, the pussy willow could go a lot. I mean, the thing I hate about buying extra of those, they're so easy to grow.
But people don't know
No,
that.
I know, but you really, right now, if you cut a stalk of it and just jam it in the mud, it's going to grow.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they're really easy to propagate, and that. But
What if they're like I got some, I don't know, from Shaw's or something like that. If I stick them in now, they're dead now, right? So they won't grow.
they
I've
don't-
just had them, they're cut, and I've just had
Oh.
them, they're not in water or anything. They're dead.
they're probably dead.
They're dead. Yeah.
They dry, and they
dry
the
up.
furry
Yeah.
piece just stays. The corn just stays there,
Yeah,
and yeah,
that's what I figured.
it's dead.
Sad.
But so it went pretty well. They went very quick this time. We were pulling things off the table, empty buckets off the table by 10 o'clock. By quarter past 9, we're down to our last thing, and by 9:30 we're like, okay, that's empty. And by 10 o'clock we were down to, we'd already gone through a couple different brands, so
Yep.
which is good. We did. Usually we're at 400 trees. This year we were at 375 or 370, something like that. So it was a few less, just because of the way the counts were. But the prices that you look, I can show you guys obviously the spreadsheet. It's open to anyone. The prices have gone up a little bit over time. I mean, we were buying 400 trees, 10 years ago, and it was, 200. It was $200, and now we're buying 400 trees, and it's $400.
Yeah.
So, but it seems to be popular. I mean, we want to continue doing it, and
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does anyone? I mean, I know it's easy to look at in a year from now and say, yeah, oh, that was great. We can just do it again, same thing. While it's fresh in your head, is there anything you'd want to change? How we do it, where we do it, what we do.
No, I think that all worked out great. I just think that, mix them up a little bit more and have more pussy willows, and and then I think we're good. I think people like the flowering
Yeah.
trees,
Yeah.
probably no button bushes, and we're good to go.
No, we went through a lot of them.
Went through
Yeah.
a bunch of them.
I mean, we had a bag of 50,
Yep.
and then we had 3 bags of, I think there's 5 in each, so there's another. No, there's 15. It's probably 45, so almost 100 of them.
Yeah.
So we only have 15 left.
Yeah.
12 left. So
Wildlife packages always go.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but even then, all the evergreens went. The hemlocks went.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in
Yeah.
the past, they
the
haven't,
chestnut went.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Not
the
chestnut, the walnut, black walnut.
black walnuts.
Walnut.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could get some chestnut trees, but those are huge though, aren't they?
Black walnut gets big too.
Yes, you can.
They
Yeah.
can get, they all can get big.
The maples seem to go well too. The red maple, the white maple rather.
Sugar
Sugar
maple.
maple.
Sugar maple,
Yeah.
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 Those go well.
That was one that we've been asked to continue to. We've had 2 arborists here in town that have asked us to just keep doing that one because people tap them
Yeah.
so much and it kills them.
Yeah.
And he said just the more you can plant, the better, because they're just never, people over tap the hell out of them and they die. So
Oh. Okay, so when we get closer, we'll sit down and figure out what we want to get and.
Yeah, I really thought the evergreen wasn't going to go, but they all
Yep.
went, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we did it a couple of years. We did Christmas trees. It's a while ago now. We did a whole Christmas tree lot. I think that was the last year we had it up here at the steps in the town hall.
Yeah.
And they went like crazy. And so we did it again the year after. We bought some more, and that's the first year we did it at Courier. And we ended up having a whole ton left over, and people didn't want them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you don't really know. I mean, if you want, feedback, I can put something on the
Yeah.
Facebook page, but sometimes too much feedback is too much.
Yeah,
It's just better for us
I was
to
just
pick.
reading your comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. I think you did a good job this year of figuring out what people wanted and
Right.
everything went well, and next year we'll sit down and figure it out again. Just
Yeah.
get twice as many, 3 times as many pussy willows.
I think we had good visibility too. The notices on Facebook pages and all that stuff too helped.
I was
The
surprised a
word's
lot of
getting
people
out.
said that they saw it on Facebook,
Yeah.
but it was in the journal. I saw it in the journal.
Yeah.
So.
Mhm.
Right. Okay, so the Riverfront cleanup. So June 2nd, we have the work days scheduled. We do have support from DPW to help, some machinery to move stuff away. Mike found Mike was contacted someone at Bridgestone, and they have a free tire removal service.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mike's done a lot of legwork on this.
Wow,
He's really
good
done a
for
great
him.
job. But they have a free tire removal service, so he's been back and forth, and DPW has agreed to, the tires that we pull out of there, they will take them over to the Bridgestone over on Amherst Street and drop them off.
Nice.
And
That's
it.
wonderful.
So, yeah. So, but there's going to be a lot of work getting them out of there. There's a lot of tires in there. So, and they're one of the comments in the thing was, we'd like them, fairly free of debris. I'm like,
Oh.
yeah, I don't know about that. We can go.
Packed with mud.
See if we can get the fire department come and hose them off for
Yeah.
us.
That's right.
See how many people we get involved in this. But obviously we're gonna have some supplies that we need. Mike, a couple things he threw together was trash bags, water, and the no motorized signs. And I was thinking those red no OHRV signs, kind of just the standard red sign with black lettering. Do we just want to see if we can get a whole bunch of those, or do we really want to get stuff that say Merrimack Conservation Commission, or we might be able to have that put on them?
Is this just for the day, or is this?
No, we've signed that twice now, and all the signs keep getting ripped down.
Yeah.
So Mike put together a nice letter. I don't know if you got back to him about it. Did he send it to you too?
I don't recall.
No. Okay.
Maybe this was one of those
Yeah.
amazing weeks at work. So.
Mike put together a letter, but he's going to send to the chief, just soliciting support for down there, because he went down there and walked it with somebody, and there was people down there unloading, and they told him right there, no, we'll leave when the police come down and tell us we have to.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they from Merrimack or from somewhere else?
Mike's like, I didn't really want to. I'm like, don't even, if they're going to be confronted, don't even just
Right.
Wow.
Want to get into
let them go drive off, and then take a picture of the license plate and send it into the police and just be done with it.
Yeah.
Don't.
So cheeky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So he's put a nice letter together, and we gotta kind of just make sure it's what we want to say, and gonna forward it down to the chief. So, but I guess just Mike was looking for can we spend some money and buy trash bags and water and
So what happened to that organization that was going to help out?
so they're still interested in doing it, but they want to do it during the week
Yeah.
because it's people can get it's companies that will support a
Right.
green day
Yeah. Yeah.
within the organization.
We do things like that at my company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're like, well, they wanted us to change it, and we're like, guys, it's already been posted to the town, it's been approved by the town, it's we've
Right.
got coordinated with DPW, all these people. We can do it again. There's nothing to say we can't do it again, and,
Right.
and
We're
we,
going to have to do it again.
yeah, we could go in there. We could go in there on the second and be like, oh my God, there's
Yeah.
a lot more,
Right.
and who knows what we're going to find one layer down,
Yeah.
So
All right,
It's,
so trash bags and water and signs, probably. I
so
don't know.
those when you see people walking on the side of the road with those bright blue trash bags, where do those come from?
So the Adopt a Road program, I believe the town provides the bags for that, and they must get it from something else.
Okay,
Mm.
so
Because they're the ones who go by and pick them all back up again.
yeah. I'm sure
Oh, right, yeah, because they leave them on the road, and then the town is the one that actually picks them
Oh,
up.
Okay, those.
I don't-
Adopt a road, huh?
Yeah, I think it's based on the Adopt a Road program.
Mm.
At one time, the commission had a road,
Oh.
but that got taken over by Merrimack Friends and Family. We had Lawrence Road.
We had what with them?
Lawrence Road. We-
Right, I was going to say, I know Merrimack Friends and Family has it now.
Yeah.
How did they get it, and we don't
I
have it?
don't know. I don't recall the circumstances, but we have so many other things going on with
Yeah.
the commission. I'm glad that we don't have a
Yeah.
road.
Yeah, right.
I know they clean it up twice a year, but quite honestly, they could use another
Yeah.
twice a year.
Well, think of it. It's on the road to the dump,
Right.
so everyone drives down and things are.
Flies.
Oh,
Back.
Lawrence.
They only
Lawrence
do it
Road,
twice a year.
Yes.
Oh.
So I grew up on Joppa Road as a kid, and we would end up with people's trash on our property because it would just fly out of cars as they.
Up on the long part of Joppa?
Yeah, but,
Okay.
so, but it would just happen all the time.
I bet.
Every Saturday, I'd have to go out and pick up other people's trash,
Yeah.
because they wouldn't come back and pick it back up
No.
again. So,
Oh.
Yeah,
I always feel so bad for those people who live on that road when I'm going to the dump, because you see it,
Yep.
trash everywhere.
okay.
No,
Do you want me to make a motion to buy water, or no?
so and I just wanted to talk some of the things. Can't we get? I've been up to town council meetings and there's a cooler full of MVD water.
Oh.
Do they do that regularly, or is that just?
well, there's usually water available. Yes, where it comes from or how it gets there, I don't know.
Right. So I was trying to see if we could, so many people, see how much of the stuff we could just go pick up,
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
but we may have to spend some money to, because I'm thinking water and trash, I just have no idea how much, how many do we need? How many do we, 10 cases of water, 5, what do, I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Here's the irony, is you sit there and you say, we're the Conservation Commission, so it would be great if we weren't using so many plastic bottles.
Yeah.
However, we live in Merrimack, where our water is contaminated with PFOA, so we kind of have to use the plastic water bottles. It's so ironic and awful, so. I wonder if Anheuser-Busch would donate any bottled water for us. I've seen haven't they donated bottled water to other causes?
Maybe, I don't know.
That would be pretty
Water
awesome.
or something else? No. No, it's-
Flavored water.
Yeah.
Water! Fizzy flavored water.
Water's been aged.
Yeah, aged, yes.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
a couple of months.
I don't know if they've done, I don't have any idea.
Okay.
I mean, where they're not really, they want to be part of this, but they're really looking to have it be done on a weekday.
Maybe they'd donate the water
they-
on that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had more time, I would say, okay, well, meet me out there on the 1st. We'll do all the pre-work, and then
Yeah.
on the 2nd, the regular volunteers can come in and load it in the trucks, and they can haul it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
That would be
Go
good.
down on Friday, bring it all to the edge of the trail,
Yeah.
and then we'll take it out on the 2nd.
Yeah, that would be a great idea.
Might be a little tight to try to get that coordinated now.
Yep.
No, yeah. It's fine.
Oh,
Maybe Mike can pull it off.
case of water is what, $3?
Yeah,
$3-4?
yep.
And
You buy
I
what's
have
on sale.
absolutely no idea how much a box of trash bags cost. No idea.
If you buy like, it depends on what kind you want. Do you want the contractor bags? Do you want the market basket? Do you want the Glad
$7, $8.
bags?
I'd say $7-8.
Hefty. Yeah, it's anywhere between.
I think you'd want something with handles so you can tie the tops together. If you put ones in there that have the strings through them, the plastic strings, they're just going to get ripped.
Yeah.
And small trash, I would say smaller trash bags, not the big ones, because people try to jam the big ones full, and they're not going to survive coming in and out of the woods.
So, so there's the smaller white ones,
Like
and
the
there's the bigger
13-gallon
green ones.
type, those little 13-gallon ones you put on your kitchen sink, and that's what the blue bags are about that size.
Oh, well, they are.
So
So you're talking about like the just the white trash can ones,
Yep.
Right. Kitchen
With
size.
handles.
Kitchen size, basically.
and not the ones with the drawstrings. You want the
Right,
ones
just
that
with-
have like the
yep.
4 flaps.
they have they added the handles that you can just kind of tie the tops together.
Yeah,
Because the minute you tie the string together, people try to pick it up. It's
yeah.
But not too cheap. I mean, you can buy trash bags that are really cheap,
Yeah.
and you get.
I think I get 90 market
The
basket
stretchy
bags
ones.
Yeah.
for about $10.
Yeah, they-
There's 90 in there.
all right. So, we go through 90 bags.
Oh yeah,
Probably.
easy.
So 3 or
Get
4
two.
boxes. So $50 worth of bags and $50 worth of water.
yeah.
How many people do you think? Well,
No
depending
idea.
on how many people. Well, and the other thing too, we did tell people to bring their own water. So
Yep.
some people will not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I don't think we need more than 4
We don't have a way to
cases.
keep this water
Okay.
cold.
No.
So
Nope.
hopefully they come and they bring their own insulated water bottle, which I know Cindy will and
Yep.
Gina will. So,
You can drink water that's not cold.
huh? You can drink water that's not cold.
It's okay.
That's right.
It's good for you.
However, Cindy and I both have our clean canteens, so we will be drinking ice cold water.
That's right.
So 4 cases of water
I wouldn't do any more than that.
and
So 4 cases of water.
4 cases of water and 4 bags of 490
Yeah.
pack bags of. Okay.
So that's not to exceed $60.
$100.
$100.
$100?
Let's just see, $100. Okay, so I can go pick that stuff up.
Right. You want the motion?
Yeah.
I guess we're expending money, so we have to. I'm gonna
Okay.
just go get reimbursed, but
Okay, so I make a motion for the Merrimack Conservation Commission to spend not to exceed $100 to purchase 4 cases of bottled water and 4 packs of trash bags for the June 2nd Sklar Riverfront cleanup. Money to come from Fund 53.
Okay.
Yeah, and any other associated supplies.
And any other associated supplies would come from that $100.
okay. So
Second.
Any second by Cindy?
Mhm.
Any comments or questions?
Now, do you want me to pick the stuff up, or?
No, well, you can do it. I can do it. I gotta go shopping anyways. We're
You gotta go shopping.
all the kids are coming home here, so we gotta go to
Okay.
BJ's and stock up.
Oh, very good prices.
So all supplies coming out of that. Does that include signs? No motorized signs?
No,
We're gonna handle that separately.
I think so.
Okay.
Because the signs would be far more than that.
Yeah, I think so. That's yes. All right. So
He's gonna handwrite it.
all right. So we have a motion on the table. All those in favor?
Yep.
Aye.
Aye.
Passes 4-0-0. Okay. So on the second half of that whole thing, no motorized signs. We signed it once, and the poles were kind of short. It would have been better if we'd had higher poles, but do we go after another round of signs that we've put them up?
I think we need to.
Yeah.
I don't think we want to, but I think we need to.
Yeah.
So the ones we put up before were the stiff ones, and they were, 5x5 or something like that, or, different sizes. I think that may have been our own problem, that they were able to get them off the trees. So I don't know if we want to try and buy something that's more malleable, that we can kind of put it on the tree and put some chicken wire around it, and make them a little more permanent.
I think the sign should say "No motorized. Caution: video surveillance in progress."
Yes. I like that. I like that.
So
Or you could say piano wire randomly strung between trees.
No.
the trouble is when you, and I know what you're saying, but the trouble is when you do that and then you don't have video.
Right.
That's like putting up just putting up a camera and not having.
Yeah, I know. I just figured I would.
No, it's good. Yeah. Well, maybe.
Sorry.
Might be putting up cameras, right?
What?
You might have some
Well,
put up.
Do you say no motorized vehicle? Please take notice.
yeah.
They don't.
Well, it would be nice if the police go down and do some scouts, a
Yeah.
couple times a day.
If it's, some of the things that's going to happen too. Once you go down there, people start knowing it's there and going down there. You are going to start having, some confrontations down there, and people are going to report it, and they're going to complain, and
Right.
the police are going to start to go down. So it should hopefully be self-limiting if we can turn that into something that's attractive.
Right.
Right.
And we had that same issue in Greater Woods, and a lot of it's died off because we've got so many people out there using it.
I think once this property gets going with the riverfront, it's going to be packed. Packed.
Yep.
So many people are going to be down there. So,
Yep.
and the people that are riding the ATVs are not going to like all those people. And you're absolutely right. It will slow down.
Yeah.
But there should be a place for ATVs to go, and they do have the place up by the transfer station.
Yep.
So maybe they need to spruce that up a little bit and make it bigger or something like that. I don't know. I mean, obviously there's a need for that, but
There are places to go. I mean, there's places up in Bear Brook. I mean, there's some big areas,
There
but
are big
they're
areas,
not.
yeah.
They're
they
not.
want to be around here.
Yeah, they're not close. So
They want to just drive out of their driveway and be one Marlboro away from getting to the thing.
Right.
and
Take your Marlboro and off you go.
well, but not all of them. I mean, there's people that ride responsibly. There's people that go out there just want to go outside and cruise around. That's fine.
Yeah.
But when you go down there, you can see this. People that are riding through Babusa Brook. They're riding, making huge ruts and going into the water. I mean, it's
Without
they're doing,
permission.
yeah,
on
when they're
private
doing
property.
damage, it's like, okay, you're the reason that we don't want people out here.
Right.
Just go ride.
Right.
Be conscious and thoughtful, and okay, you're ruining it.
Okay.
So-
So signs, yes.
So do we need to buy them for the second, or?
For the second, I'm not sure. It'd be nice to put them up as we're leaving, because you'll have a lot of help.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to bring some extension ladders so we can put them really high, or? Because if we're putting them 20 feet up, then it's going to be harder for them to pull them down.
That's true.
I mean, I have a ladder I can throw in the back of my minivan, but I can't lift it. So somebody's going to have to help me get it out of the car.
We can have there's, I've got ladders up. We can have a couple ladders down there. So, we have to look into. I'm not even
Yeah.
sure where Matt was getting them. He was a local guy that he was getting them from, but
I like your idea of chicken wire, though.
yeah, you just wrap it right around. Makes it difficult to get off. But I can see if it's call Eversource, see where they got the signs, because they put up a couple on either side of that gate. So they're the red, OHRV prohibited signs.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
We want
generic-
ours to be no motorized, though, not OHRV, because that doesn't include vehicles.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's the thing. I can find out where they get them.
Yeah.
Go from that. That won't be that hard.
All right, do we need a separate motion to purchase those signs then?
We do, but I don't have any idea what they cost.
Yeah.
I just don't have any idea.
Okay.
We don't have another meeting before the 2nd, do we?
No, but we could, I mean, the town might have some signs too.
Yeah.
Since they're
I mean,
probably
we
not gonna stay up anyway, right? This time, we might as well just put up what we have and.
It'd be nice if the police department could pay for these, considering that it should say please take notice.
All right. Well, I'll look into signs and we'll go from there.
Okay.
We'll have to. It may be because our next meeting's on the 4th, right?
Yeah.
So we could vote to have signs up. We could have signs up a week later.
Yeah.
So okay.
I think we should bring a chainsaw and just cut a few trees, thump, right across the trail.
It's been done before.
Matt will be happy to do that.
The trouble is the people that are down there with ATVs and Jeeps and stuff like that,
They just pull it.
they just pull it out of the way.
It's just, that's a challenge.
Yeah.
The more obstacles you put in their way, the more you
Yeah,
challenge
the
them.
only thing we could do down there is those Jersey barriers.
Right.
They have the hooks coming through them. You just drive a pin down through them, so they're hooked up, and that's really the only thing we could do. Because then after the rain and stuff will bury in against the back of them, and they'll be there.
Well, what about like a gate like Eversource put up?
That's the boat landing.
That's the what?
That's the boat landing.
Oh, okay. You're right.
So way down the end, they're allowed to drive there.
Right.
It's just even if you put up
Gotcha.
barriers, I mean, they can still go down the end and back into property that way.
Right.
So,
Okay. Gotcha.
and they're just ugly looking. So, all right. I'm sorry, Gina. One more quick thing. You said four cases and four
I
four
said
boxes, right?
four packs of plastic bags and 4 cases of water.
I'm not sure we need much more water than that because there are no bathroom facilities.
Oh, true.
Oh, good point.
Don't look.
Point.
Yeah, I know. Don't yell my name.
There's a story behind that.
Yes.
All right. Other business. Does anyone have anything?
I'm guessing Matt Karen was involved.
I don't remember now.
Does anyone have any other business?
His partner wasn't here.
Yeah, he was the. Yeah.
We'll leave it alone for now.
Yeah, yeah.
I have no other business.
Other business?
was-
No, just subcommittee stuff.
Well, this is the time for subcommittee stuff.
Cool.
So.
Okay, so, well, this is all going to be like, okay, so, probably need these back on. So, from the Wildcat Falls Subcommittee, we did some discussion at the last meeting. So a couple of things that we brought up that I just wanted to check on the status of. One was, we talked about the no hunting sign.
Yes, which I have.
You do have one. Okay, how would we get that up?
I just have to remember to do it.
So Tim, so have you had a chance to put the new map up?
I have not. Honest, yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
No, as long as we just keep talking about it, then at some point it will go up. But as long as we know that it's not,
Yes.
getting.
I have it
different-
unburied from all my stuff from moving, so I know
No, I
exactly where it is
understand
now.
Yeah. Tim has sign and I'm just going to put Tim, because I'm going to get back to Karen and let her know.
I thought you already did that, didn't you?
I did get back to Karen and she sent me a reminder
Oh, okay.
to remind me to ask everybody to follow up on things.
So sorry to interrupt, but a while ago she was going to provide me some of the other literature that goes in that kiosk.
So we were talking about, there's the tick thing, I brought that up at the last meeting, and I did go to the New Hampshire site, and there is another tick thing, so we'll put that tick thing up.
Yeah.
And then we talked about the bears, and we
Can you
talked.
send out that link? Because
Yes.
we should put it up on all the kiosks. I'm sorry, go on. The bear, go.
Yeah, we talked about the bear thing, but we decided not to put something up about the bears, because that's just going to freak people out. Just let me make a note.
Yeah.
So send link about tick. Nope. Okay.
You probably should send that to Sharon too.
And to Sharon.
Because that's something that they should probably post here in the, next to the maps and things.
All right.
So where I was going with is, if there's other things that need to go in there, it'd be good to do it all at the same
Yes.
time.
Okay. So gather all stuff. Okay. So if she wants to put something in Wildcat Falls for the bears, can she do that? It doesn't have to go in everything, but.
I don't see the need.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to put, so gather tick, note, and anything else.
Does anyone else feel a need that we need to put signs up warning people of bears?
No.
We're gonna warn people of moose and deer and.
Right. Right. Bobcat.
Okay. The DPW with the erosion repairs?
I
At some point?
sent that to Lori. She says, "Yeah, we've got it on the list." So
All right, so
I
Lori
don't have
has.
a
I'm just going
date.
to say
Yeah.
Lori has erosion repairs on list.
Yeah, I don't have a date that they're going to do it. I just have confirmation that it's on the list. So there, I
How
know.
about that cable?
That's the same. There's those three things. She's looking into where they're going to be regrinding pavement, where the potential that source of that cable came from, if it's part of a grounding grid or if it's just a piece of cable that we can bury, and the erosion.
Okay.
So, because I'm hoping that's. I was thinking we could just go and dig up beside that cable and hopefully just bury it, and we'd be
Okay.
done with it. Because then, regardless of what it's from, it's out of the way. But
Okay, she did let Andrew and Liz know that the DPW asked that we put a couple of flags out where the cable is. So she asked that somebody go out and flag it, so I'm not sure if that's been done yet. So I'll follow up with Karen to see if it's been done.
if someone can, we have a description of where it is, which is fine. When I give that to her, it's, she probably can find it. But if someone could have, like, even just take the map or something like that, and just, it's here.
Take a picture?
Yeah. Well, we have a picture of the cable,
Okay.
so it's pretty obvious.
It's a big.
Yeah, it's big.
I'll just tell her to mark the map.
Yeah, if she could just, even like a, well, I guess a Google map wouldn't be that great, but she could just mark a map and just take a picture of it, send it. She doesn't need to give us the map,
I'm just looking to see if I might have something. That's an old
because
map.
she kind of explained where it was.
All right,
I'm
I'll
like,
ask
yeah,
her.
it's kind of like right here. I'm like, well, it's right in this area then, but
Yeah. All right, I'll ask her. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's it. Thank you. Oh, and I do still have to contact Chief Roy about, we were talking about the highway department and the parking on Courier.
Oh, the Highway Safety Committee?
Yes. So I still need to do that. Okay, we're good.
okay. Any other subcommittee updates?
Just if there's any update on maps.
Yes. I spoke to, emailed with David Graphics, and they want to pursue the same arrangement we initially did. So I said, yeah, fine, leave your name on it, that's fine. So they're going to print them.
Wonderful.
I was kind of expecting to get a phone call by now, but I don't know. I know it's getting to be graduation season, so they're printing a ton of invitations and wedding announcements and stuff. So doing something for free is probably low. It's probably a low priority for them right now. But I'm sure we're going to hear back from them soon with come pick them up. So
Great.
Cool.
Thank you. That's right.
Yeah, that's great.
Nice of them.
I got 1,000 of them too. We got 750 last time, so we got 1,000 this time.
Okay. Yeah, they go quick. I actually stopped. I had a small amount left that I dropped off at the Amherst Road here, and there was somebody there that had gotten lost, and there's someone that lives down the street that I guess someone calls the police and they call this guy, so he was explaining to them, so he saw me putting them in. He goes, oh good, you're putting more maps in. Yeah.
Oh,
Don't say it.
Huh?
GPS.
Oh, I knew. Yeah.
I say
You can get it on your phone.
Get it on
you can
your
get
phone.
it. You can,
Yeah.
all
I
kinds
think
of ways.
he was running,
Yeah.
and he didn't have anything with him. I mean, I didn't talk to the guy.
Yeah.
He had already ran off when I was, but he got lost because he went to the wrong, wherever he started out. He must have thought he was going there and then realized he wasn't. But
So I had a friend of mine. She was over here from Dublin, and she hikes and does. And she was telling me that she's always looking for places to walk. I said, well, here you go. And I gave her the website and showed her all the maps. And she's like, I said, any one of them, And she came back. She came back in Dublin from Dublin. She was here last week, and she's like, I had a great time. And she said, I got a little turnaround. I'm glad I had the map on my phone.
oh, good.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So she's like, I figured out where I was, and I made it back. She's like, she had a great time. So
Good.
it was gone international.
Yeah.
So that was good. And obviously too, you saw the picture of the fence gate, the gate that's up on the road going into the Eversource property
Is that off of Natticook?
off of Natticook. Yes.
Okay. Wow. So they put that in. That's great.
Yeah, it's substantial. It's. I mean, I sent you guys a picture, but as I was telling you before, that main post, that main post has got to be, easy 8 inches around.
Nice.
Wow.
It's a big gate, and
Great.
I'm not quite sure. I mean, we talked initially about having a chain through it and multiple locks so we could all unlock it.
Oh.
It's locked from the bottom, and there's a lock on it. So I'm not really sure how we could. I mean, I'm sure we could figure out a way to do it, but
Yeah.
I'm not really that worried about it because the fire has to get through there. They're gonna clip the shank and open the gate anyways. But
Oh, okay.
so at some point in time, we're gonna have to talk to them and see if there's some way to have a gang lock on it that we can lock. But it's locked and it's there. So
That's great.
it's we'd like to. I'd like to. I haven't heard anything at all about people getting down there on the ATVs. So I know initially we had a couple incidents, but it's pretty obvious now that you're not supposed to be passing it. You may be able to get past it on a bike, but you've obviously done it with intent, and you're doing it wrong. So, which is good. All right, and we have not had a Greater Woods meeting. That's next month. Okay, that's it for other business. Unless you guys, anything else to bring up? The minutes. We did not get the minutes presented here in the envelope. If someone's gone through them,
I did not get through it.
I did not get to them.
I got through 2 pages. That was it.
I got through all of them, but I found no errors. Although I do have a question. And my question is, the botanist affiliated with Eversource has expressed an interest in attending the Seedlings.
Yeah.
to provide information and where Eversource can be of assistance. Did the botanist ever show up?
No, he contacted me a couple days prior, and he said he was not going to be able to make it. He was on his way to New York. He had a family
Okay.
emergency.
But
so
he did contact
so
you,
yes,
that's
he did. He contacted us, and apologetic, and
Okay.
he's like, "You only do this once a year?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're only do it once a
Next
year."
year.
So,
Okay.
but he actually, along what he said, he would like to know in town if he can be of assistance.
Mm.
So they want to be working with us on different things. So I was like, oh, all right, we can make that. If you have events, we have events. We can have a table for you to come up and hey,
Nice.
I'm your friend.
Okay.
All right. Do we want to address the minutes, or do you want to wait and put them off till next meeting?
I mean, I read through them pretty carefully, and I saw nothing. They looked excellent, so.
If you guys want, we can
Did you
address
find
them.
anything on the 2 pages you looked at?
No.
Check.
She did.
It's
All right,
I
so-
don't know if it's really.
Do we want to address them tonight? I did not get a chance to review them, so I will take. I'll take your.
It's just a changing tense.
All right.
People
well,
were
all right.
upset at looking to understanding.
So I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the Merrimack Conservation Commission meeting minutes dated May 7th, 2018, with changes as follows.
On page 2, oh, you guys don't have it. Line 24, just changing understanding to understand. Just delete ing. That's it.
That's it? Okay.
We need a second?
Second.
Oh, second, sorry.
Okay. All right. You didn't have any,
I don't have any.
nothing, comments, or corrections?
Nope.
Okay. So all those in favor?
Okay.
All right, passes 4-0-0. All right, again, we do not have public comment.
Yep. Nobody's here.
So we're down to commissioner comments. Cynthia?
I don't have anything.
Nothing? Gina? Tim?
Just quickly, I have been appointed by the town council after being nominated by the planning board to the Nashua Regional Planning Commission, so I'm now a commissioner.
Wonderful.
So,
Congratulations.
something
Something
I've been wanting to do.
Nice.
So it's
And
not
I
a
just-
big commitment. It's 4 meetings a year plus any auxiliary stuff. So
Excellent.
Yeah.
So you had a little bit of spare time, and you just figured, okay, I know what I can pour into
I
that.
know, right? Just that a little.
yeah, I just like the work that they do and want to be more involved with what's going on there. So
They're doing a nice job.
Wonderful.
Well,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Yeah,
Thanks.
congratulations. We appreciate all your
Yes.
yeah,
work.
so hopefully I can find ways to bring projects our way too.
Yeah,
That's a
so-
different story.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
I did it as a counselor. I might as well try again, right?
Right, that's right.
Okay, I do not have any comments, so.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion by Cindy,
Second.
second by Tim. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
4-0-0, it passes at 7:43.